Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you a few lines of Tintern Abbey. Tintern Abbey is very important poem for certain reasons because it shows how William Wordsworth was fond of nature. He is a devotee to nature. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is very obvious. That is, he is a lover of nature and he has a moral relation with nature. What is that? This is whenever he feels low, whenever he feels like nothing, he feels a comfort from nature. Nature is everything for him. That's why he is considered to be a nature poet. He finds peace, solace in nature. He has been away from River Wye, and these 5 years that he has been away, it's like 1793 he visited first time. Now after 5 years in 1798 he is visiting it again, the River Wye. When he is visiting again, he can remember that 5 years back he had visited. And he is describing these 5 years in the lines which are before you on the slide. 5 years have passed, 5 summers with the length of 5 long winters, and again I hear these waters rolling from their mountain springs with a soft inland murmur. He is trying to say that 5 years have passed, and these 5 years have passed like winters. Winters are tough to pass in England, and he's considering these years to be very tough period for him. Why? Because he has been away from the river Wye, from the landscape that he visited, the Tintern Abbey, that place, few miles above. So a few miles above Tintern Abbey, this place is Tintern Abbey, a village named Tintern Abbey, and from there a few miles above he is and visiting the river Wye. And now he's describing the beauty of the river Wye and nearby surroundings in these lines. These beauteous forms through a long absence have not been to me, as is a landscape to blind man's eye. Wrought in lonely rooms and mid the din of towns and cities, I have owed to them in hours of weariness and season sweet, felt in the blood and felt along the heart. He's saying the beautiful surroundings of River Wye, the beauteous forms, have been cut away from his life. He has not been to a part of it because he was not there. But these beauteous forms have been the part of his heart, have been the part of his blood. He has felt the beauty of the nature of the river Wine into his blood. It's very deep rooted. His love for nature is very deep rooted. He is feeling whatever he has gone through, the beauty of Tintern Abbey in his blood. It's a part of his heart. It's very deep kind of love that he has for nature. Sometimes it happens that you like something deeply, and that person or that nature, that atmosphere, or something that you like very much is cut away from you, but you keep the memories. And this is what he's talking about. These 5 years he has been away, but this beauteous forms, the beautiful nature has been a part of his blood and the heart. I hope you are getting the points. Let's go for the next lines. Now, if I go for the lines, while here I stand not only with a sense of present pleasure, but pleasing thoughts that in this moment there is life and food for future years. After 5 years, when he has come back to this place, he is talking about that this place is not just for the pleasure, it's not providing just the pleasure of the present. It is going to bring memories, it is going to feed mind with the thoughts which are going to be the food for the future years. It's going to be the food for future years. He's going to enjoy it. He's going to celebrate it. It's going to be a pleasing sensation for him for coming futures. Why? Because whenever it's gloominess, sadness, alone, he becomes alone. He is going to have these memories which are going to keep him alive, which are going to keep him hearty, healthy, and happy. And that's what is important here. This is the magic of nature that he's talking about. And now going further for the lines, the sounding cataract haunted me like a passion. The tall rock, the mountain, and the deep and gloomy wood, their colors and their forms were then to me an appetite and a feeling and a love. He's now going deeper. He's talking about the place, he's talking about the rock, he's talking about the mountain, he's talking about the wood, the colors, the beautiful forms. He's saying they were a love for him, an appetite. He was so fond of them. It's just a lover who's lost in the beauty of his beloved is the same condition of William Wordsworth. He's lost in the beauty of the nature. He loves nature too deeply. And he says, the sound which was coming through the nature, sounding cataract, haunted me like a passion. It was very much part of his brain and his heart. And the beauteous forms like mountain, rock, wood, and the colorful surroundings, trees and all, were giving him the feeling of love, were an appetite. It shows his deep love for the nature which is there surrounded by Tintern Abbey. Going further for the lines, I have felt a presence that disturbs me with a joy. The anchor of my pursuit, purest thoughts, the nurse, the guide, the guardian of my heart and soul of my all more wings. I have felt the presence that disturbs me with the thought, joy of elevated thoughts. This is important. With the joy of elevated thoughts, what does it mean? Actually, it means the joy which is coming to him, and which is the nature which is there, is giving him thoughts, and they are elevated. They're not the thoughts of million people. They're not thoughts of the people who actually are menial. You know, narrow-minded people. It's elevated thoughts. Elevated means high, sublime thoughts. Sublimity is coming towards through nature. Nature is bringing into mind the thoughts which are sublime, which are elevated, which are uplifting your soul to a higher place. This is very important to understand. He thinks nature to be soothing, providing solace at the same time, providing elevated thoughts, sublimity to your brain, uplifting your stature, making you broader, having the broad mindedness, a sense sublime. The anchor of my purest thoughts, the thoughts are purest, the best thoughts come for being in the nature, in the lap of nature. The nurse, the guide, the guardian of my heart and the soul of my all moral beings. Everything which is moral, everything that is good into him is because of nature. And it calls nature to be guide, to the guardian of my heart and the soul. This is very important. The beautiful lines are there. Going further, let's go for the next slide. We stood together and that I so long, a worshipper of nature, hither came unwearied in their service. William Wordsworth's sister, Dorothy Wordsworth, we know that he was very much fond of his sister Dorothy Wordsworth and is talking about these feelings to her. And I must say that this poem, Tintern Abbey, is just talking about the love that he has for nature and the impact of nature on a person's brain, heart, mind. In the world which is very narrow minded, in the world which is frustrated, in the world which is disturbed, in the world which has lost its morality, nature plays a role of a guide, of a lover, of a mother, of someone who is going to make you better version of yourself, which is going to bring into your brain the elevated thought, which is going to uplift your level, a guide, a teacher. I hope you got this poem. Please read this poem line by line and try to understand. Every time you read, you have a better understanding of this poem. Thank you very much for listening to me.